Hey there everybody, and welcome back to the final video for Hellblade. And I believe the first thing we're going to be doing is getting a lore stone. But this is it. It's time to save Dillian's soul and defeat Hela.
Mother, I won't let the darkness trick me again. I know you're safe with the gods. I can feel Hela's gaze, searching for secrets inside of me. Secrets that even I can't see. I'm not here to fight my past. I'm here for Dillian. I will fulfill my vow, whatever the cost.
Well, if she can't see them, I definitely cannot see them.
The Northmen say the world will come to an end. They call this Ragnarok, the destiny of the gods. First, there will be a terrible winter, 3 years long. Then, mankind will turn on itself. Brothers will fight each other to the death, and people will forget what they owe their kindred. Times will be hard. Crimes will be great. It will be an age of axes and swords. The wind will blow through abandoned halls. Wolves will walk where children played. The world will fall into ruin.
Well, except for the axes and swords and 3-year-long winter, a lot of that sounds like what we're dealing with now. People are kind of shite now, mostly. I hate saying that. I don't like to be a pessimist, despite things I talk about, but sadly it's true. Most people are jerks. I don't know that they necessarily mean to be, but they are. We're going to be coming back and forth in here a lot. You know, I was just being happy not having those voices around, although all they were doing was encouraging Sanoa right now, so that's okay. I'm okay with them being here if they're encouraging her. That's cool. And more enemies! Hooray! So I mentioned last video that I had a really good Christmas dinner today. Prime rib, green bean casserole, croissant rolls, scalloped potatoes, all kinds of stuff. Everything turned out really good. This has nothing to do with the game, but I'm going to talk about it anyways because we're just fighting badly. So there's not much to say here.
Behind you!
I've always been indifferent to scalloped potatoes. They've never really been my thing. And I don't know if it's because maybe I just had really crappy versions of them. Maybe instant potatoes or something like that. I'm sure they make instant potatoes, and knowing how poor we were growing up, I could see where we probably had something like that. But my mother made the best scalloped potatoes I ever had in my life. Actually, the only really good ones I've ever had today, which was awesome. And I mention all this because my apartment still smells like that Christmas dinner. In particular, those potatoes, and it makes me want more, and I've already finished the leftovers. Same day.
How's she going to find his actual soul?
And just a couple of potatoes made a lot of food, too. And I'm thinking about digging into the rest of the leftovers, too. I've already finished off the leftover rolls. So I just have green bean casserole and prime rib left from the actual meal. I'll still have plenty of cookies and pie I haven't tried yet, but otherwise...
She can fight her at Ragnarok. She's a warrior.
She's a warrior. Warrior.
It's broken.
And she's fighting like she's never fought before. I was kind of caught between making up my own song and just taking the melody of another one, so that's what I went with.
So you have to try.
This isn't just a broken bridge, is it? Mother, you showed me how to see further. To see the hidden wonders in our world and explore new paths into the unknown. To lead so that others may follow, or to warn so that they may avoid. That is our gift and our duty. I'm not going to look away in fear anymore.
Their watchmen will blow the horn that can be heard through the whole world. And Odin will speak with the severed head of Mimir, which gives him good counsel. The land of the giants will thunder with the sound of their army on the move. The gods will assemble. The dwarves will leave their stones. The frost giants will come from the east. The Midgard serpent will turn up the waves. Eagles will scream and tear at the corpses with their yellow beaks. The ship of the dead will set sail.
Damn, sounds intense. Again, like I said back in video 3, I believe it was, I would really like to play that game. Sounds badass. Almost like the meal I had today, which was really badass. I swear to Christ, I wish I wasn't so damn lazy, because I would love to cook more. And I'm not incapable of cooking. There are some things that I can make quite well.
She can do it.
My biggest problem is I'm super lazy.
She's so special.
I can definitely tell that I've reached a point in my age where
She has the sight.
age is taking over a little bit. I'm 41 now, and I can definitely feel it coming up on me. I've noticed in the last few years I can take naps now. I used to never be able to do that.
She's found a way. There's a way. She can see. She must align herself. She can do it. There's the door.
That took me a while to find.
She finds herself.
And I've noticed in the last few days I've developed a bit of a nap time. Come somewhere around 1 or 2 in the afternoon, I'm just spent. I can't do anymore. Which is going to be a problem going back to work on Monday. It's Friday now, so I still have a couple days, but still. Although at least I'm still working from home. So that's something.
The Northmen say that at Ragnarok, the gods will face a ship full of their foes, which Loki has steered to Asgard. It carries the fire giants, the wolf that will eat the sun, and all kinds of dark creatures. Surt will join them with his sword of fire. The cliffs will crash. Trolls will walk the land. Men will tread the road to hell, and the heavens will split open.
So we're ignoring the fact that we killed Surt, aren't we? That's what's happening. Again, once you see what's going on, if you don't already know, that makes some sense, but still. I probably should have fast-forwarded this to save time. Yeah, this is a long video, but there is a fair portion of it that's cutscene. We do get a lot of cutscenes in this video. But I actually really like the music in the background here that I'm talking over. And now it's gone. Thank you, game. Okay, maybe not gone yet. I apologize for nothing. So now we're just making our way awkwardly up these stairs again. I said last video, that's how that was going to look. I don't know if that's the angle you have to take or if that's just my bad eyesight. I was trying to look at the side here so I didn't miss anything.
Say that each god will do battle at Ragnarok. Odin will fight the monstrous wolf and be killed, but his son will avenge him and plunge his sword into the heart of the beast. Freyr will face Surt, but he had given his sword away for love, and without it, he cannot defend himself against the flames. Thor will smite the Midgard serpent to no avail. The sun will grow black, the earth will sink into the sea, the stars will disappear, fire and water will meet, steam will shoot up, flames will play against the sky, the heavens and earth and all the world will be burned, all the gods will be dead, and the warriors of Valhalla and the people everywhere. Senua, prepare yourself for Ragnarok, for it is nigh.
I like how that ends. I think that might be our last lore stone. I don't know for sure. But if it is, damn. And I'm going to repeat myself again. I really want to play that game. And if God of War 5 is not that game and as badass as these lore stones from a completely different franchise are making Ragnarok out to be, I'm going to be upset because I really want to play that game. Hey, we haven't had monsters in a while. Bitch, get out the way. I've got a Ragnarok to go deal with. Well, if we can't even fight these things, what are we going to do in a Ragnarok situation? A whole lot of nothing, I guess. These guys kind of remind me of those brutes from Dead Space. Not quite the same, but not nearly as big, but they do kind of remind me of them a little bit. I am a bit disappointed I didn't show off that charge attack that this sword has. Might be good to focus here. There we go. Run to no. I forgot about that charge attack that I tried a couple of times and failed at several videos back. I think video 4. That would have been nice for those situations where the monster was too far away from me. Oh well. You see what I mean? We would be coming back here quite a bit. Not a huge deal. So it's into 2021 now, not as I record this, but as this video gets posted. So hopefully your year got off to a good start. Hopefully my year got off to a good start. I'm trying to think of what game to do next. There are a couple of old LPs I want to redo because I'm just not happy with the way they turned out. But the issue I have is with re-recording something, the time that I spend re-recording, replaying, editing, all that, I feel like I could be dedicating to something I've never played before. So I'm not sure what I'll do yet. I assume by the time I posted this, I'll have figured that out. I have a few ideas. I kind of want to play something different. Although I feel like this was at least a bit of a different game. Which is why I picked it. I wanted something different from the over-the-shoulder shooters, since I just played Evil Within 2. Here's another big battle. It does not go well for me either. Although I live, so I guess that's the important thing. We do get quite a few big battles in this chapter. See, I'm really disappointed in this sword that we picked up, because if this sword can kill gods, it would be nice if we could just use the normal attacks to cut through these shields at this point. I shouldn't be relying on the circle attack at this point. We're trying, voices. We're trying.
He's stronger than you.
Well, we have a sword that can kill gods, so technically we should be able to kill these things in one hit. That's not how the game works, but it should be. Unless these are gods, which they are not. I don't know who you think you are, but it's time for you to go down. Take the L and die. So you can kind of see what I mean by how they remind me of the brutes from Dead Space. Just by the fact that they're a bit bigger than the other enemies and they like to charge you. I kind of like and hate the brutes from Dead Space. Which I suppose Dead Space 2 is a game I could consider. I haven't decided. I'd really like to put a vote up for my channel and let people vote on what game I should do next. I think that would be a lot of fun. I did that a couple of times a few years back. The first time was pretty fun because I got a few votes. The problem was I put too many games up there for people to choose. That should have been like 2 or 3 for people to pick from. So I would get people voting for multiple games on a long list, which was my bad. I should have had a short list. I think I had like 15 games on there I was thinking about. The second time I did that, I did not get nearly the response that I got to the first one. I think I had like 1 vote. And it was for a game that wasn't even on the list, so go figure. But that first list of 15 games that I did, I've ended up recording a lot of them over the last few years. I think I did that video in 2016 or 17. All of this I'm talking about is for my own amusement at this point. I don't expect any of you guys to care about this. But I've done something like 9 or 10 of the games from that list, which is pretty cool. And a few of those games I've decided I'm never going to do. I know The Last of Us and Drakengard 1 were on that list, and I've seen playthroughs of those 2 games. I have no desire to play either of those 2 games. I actually like what they're about to talk about here.
Wait. What happens when she dies? What happens to me when she dies?
We die too.
Wait.
What?
What happens when she dies? What happens to us? What happens to us?
We die too.
Do we die too?
We
I
die
don't want
too.
to die. I don't want to die.
We'll all die someday.
I don't want to die.
And when everyone's gone, even the gods will die.
We don't want to die.
I don't want to die.
Senua, stop. Turn back.
Stop.
I like her reaction to her voices there. Just saying, yeah, fuck you, we're all gonna die anyways.
Stop.
That's actually really cool that the voices realize their own mortality, that their fate is tied to Senua.
I didn't ask you to be a part of me. If you don't want to die with me, then leave me alone.
I don't want to die. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop.
You'll never come back if you go there.
There is nothing to go back to.
We only have each other now. Don't abandon me.
Everyone suffers. They were right about me.
Listen to me, not them. They were afraid. Like children scared of the dark.
So was I.
They made up monsters to fill the void. That doesn't make them real.
They made them real.
No!
Follow your soul and let go of the Senua of old. For there lies your weakness, and the darkness will find it.
Trippy? I guess we're just heading towards this light.
It's not like the old stories, is it? The noble warrior facing evil in search of victory and honor. Clear dividing lines. No. Oh, this place is not quite like that. It's as if it knows that true torment lies within. Memories you cannot defeat, cannot escape.
Before Druth.
This is her hell.
Was a true coward, Senua. I was well traveled. I spoke both their tongue and ours. So they took me as a slave. I thought I could help to broker peace. Or at least stay their hands from slaughter. But under torture, I did no such thing. I led them to the treasures and slaves they sought. But I wasn't the only one. Another came to the Northmen willingly, offering a bargain, a man in black from your lands. And he was offered safe passage for his treason. In the end, Senua, it isn't the gods that cause us so much suffering, but those closest to us.
No. I'm here for Tillian.
Wait,
Mother!
don't see me like this. No. Turn away, Senua. Turn away, Senua!
Do you see it, Senua? Do you see the darkness? Faces of fear and suffering.
You can see it.
I remember it clearly now.
She has nothing to fear anymore. The gods have saved your mother. Through my hand.
You killed her.
It is the will of the gods.
Fuck the gods! You did this to her! Why?
This is what happens when you listen to the voices of the underworld. They crawl into your soul and rot you from the inside. Defy the gods like your mother, and the darkness will come for you too. You understand, son?
I do understand. You cursed me with your own madness. I was just a child. You created this darkness! You created this darkness so you could hide behind it!
Only suffering brings salvation. It is the way of the gods.
It was all a lie. You are a lie! She didn't defy the gods. She defied you. And so you killed her.
You didn't pray to the gods. prayed to your mother. Your mother, who was too weak to fight the darkness and abandoned you.
You taunted her! You killed her! You are the darkness!
Those rituals, the years of isolation, the pain that still haunts you. It was the only way to fight the curse within you.
You're a liar.
The darkness is inside you and it will destroy you.
You're a liar!
No, Senua. The darkness is here. You cannot wish it away. And it will watch as you draw your last dying gasp.
I won't let you kill me! Ah!
I think we had this music at the beginning of last video during some of those fights that we had in that sea of corpses. So we learned a bit there. Sanoa's father actually was the one that betrayed her people to the Northmen, as far as I can tell.
Behind you.
I am going to be posting a series of video links in the description of this video that another guy did on YouTube, breaking down the story. So if you're interested in the story and want more information on it, if the story is a bit too obtuse for you to follow in the game, and I'll admit sometimes it is for me too, then this guy that I'm going to be posting the links to the 3 videos to actually breaks everything down pretty well. He doesn't talk as much as you would think. There's a lot of just letting the cutscenes play out, and then he'll kind of fill in the blanks. But it's still interesting, nonetheless. But as far as I can tell, her father betrayed her people to the Northmen, who slaughtered them. And that's actually what happened to Dillion. Dillion was killed as a sacrifice by the Northmen to their gods. And so that's what we're dealing with now, is Sanoa dealing with the voices in her head, dealing with the issues that she has. And we get to see the disadvantage of having a religious person who doesn't accept science. Now, granted, at this time, they didn't have the science to quite know that schizophrenia was a thing and that that's what she's dealing with. But she clearly has a sickness. That's something the game advertised. So I don't feel like I'm spoiling anything by talking about that, especially since I mentioned that in a previous video. So they ended up with just religious people assuming that if something like this is happening to somebody, that they're just possessed by the devil or they're just cursed or whatever. And you can see that leads to some fucked up things. And sadly, we've only grown slightly since that.
I can see through your darkness. You're a liar and a murderer. And if you really are Hela, then I have a sword here that can kill a god.
That's right, and we're going to use it as soon as I figure out how to get over there. So we still have religious people that deny science. How that's possible in this day and age, I have no idea. But we do. And I believe we have more enemies to fight and a boss. Eventually we're going to get there. Took me a while to see this path. I am blind after all.
Look at you. Running forward and moving backwards to wallow in your miserable past. You're making a mistake searching for Dillion. The same mistake that killed him in the first place. I'm trying to save you from yourself. You said that it is a lie. The plague of darkness, the butchering of Dillion by the Northmen. You saw it yourself.
You told everyone I was cursed. They you.
Tell me, Senua, where is Dillian's soul if the darkness is alive? How you saved him?
He's here. I know he's here. Dillian, I know you're here. Hold on. I'll find you.
There's that music again. And we fight a manifestation of the different bosses that we face throughout the game. No surprise, Cert is going to be the easiest one for me to deal with since I took him out real easily. I never died to the first one we fought, but I did have more trouble with that one. And then, of course, that one that resembled a giant pig is the one that I had the most trouble with. So, of course, that's going to be the one that really gets me a lot. So, we get a lot of Senua coming to terms with things. I don't want to spend too much time on the end credits because this is a long video. So, I'll just briefly summarize my thoughts on this game by saying it's a flawed game, but I like it. And it's definitely worth the $20 I paid for it.
Dillian! Where is he? You're trying to trick me again with your lies. I know he's here. You took him from me. You have him.
Dillian is gone. Dillian is dead. Let him go now. I'm warning
Or what? What can he do to me that you haven't already? Fight me. Come on.
Well, we're not exactly going to get that fight. What we're going to get instead is more enemies. These enemies spawn infinitely. At this point, you can just go down and die.
you. Your father, you betrayed the gods in search of Dillian, in search of love. Look where that's got you.
And the longer you go through here, the more the voices will all just tell you to give up.
Let go of Dillian.
This is a futile struggle at this point. With the length of the video, I probably should have just stopped. But I wanted to see how long it could last. I was doing pretty well for a while there, but it's going to end pretty badly. But it always ends with your death either way. So it's not a huge deal. But I figured I might as well take out as many enemies as I could, even though it doesn't matter. They're infinite spawning here. But we don't get that much combat in this game. The voices that even give you help sound different now. More depressed. More subdued, which is interesting. But at a certain point, there's just not really much else to do.
Watch out.
And all this trying to get to Hela.
Behind you.
Which, to be fair, if that's what a god had to put up to protect itself, you think it would have just done that already. Infinite supply of enemies. It's a pretty good way of protecting yourself. Of course, that's not actually what's going on here, but still.
Let go of your battle. You've done enough. Stop. You can. you want me to believe? After all you've done to me? And to him? You're not a lie, but you're a liar! You crawled into me to confuse me and deceive me. But I know he's here. I know you have him. I'll give you my life. That's what you want, isn't it? My soul. Take it. I'll be a slave for you. I'll fight with you at Ragnarok. If you release it. I've got nothing left. No fear. No hate. No quest. Nothing. And you will have no power over me.
I learned the hard way to not be afraid of death, Senna. Because a life without loss is one without love. You turn your back on death, and all you can see is the shadow that it casts. The longer you hide from it, the longer the shadow grows until all you can see is darkness.
Oh no. Oh. It's the rot. The darkness is back. The darkness is back. Wait. 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 What is it?
It feels.
It's different. It
feels.
It's okay.
Is it okay? This is where my story once began.
It's different.
And so it has to end here.
It's changed.
Because I cannot see further than this.
Follow us. We have another story to tell.
My friend. Go with her. This now will be your story to witness. Goodbye.
And that's it. Another LP down. And as we do at the end of all my Let's Plays, walkthroughs, whatever you want to call them. Victory Sip. This was a good game. I don't want to spend too much time on these end credits as this is a long video as it is. But overall, I did like this game. It's got its flaws, but overall, I think it's really good. I would never play it again simply because of that one section with that fire monster that chases you. To me, that was still a game-ruining area. But other than that, it was a really good game. I think they needed more puzzle variety, though. There were way too many moments where you have to just scan a bunch of symbols in order to unlock a door. And while it's pretty cool looking for them in the environments, and they do change a little bit over time, I especially liked some of the ones where you had to use light in order to find the symbol. The puzzles did get a little bit monotonous, but the atmosphere was really good. The sound work was really good. And overall, it was nice playing a game that just felt like it was something different. Overall, I do enjoy this game. I highly recommend. It was a lot of fun, and thanks for watching, and I will see y'all in whatever I do next. Also, like I was talking about before, there will be 3 links in the description to videos that describe the story, so if you want to check those out, feel free to go ahead and do so. Thanks for watching, and I will see y'all in whatever I do next.